This week on Compliance Tip of the Day, we're going to look at some issues between the CCO and the board and conclude with CCOs on the board. The Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. And now I'd like to say a few words about the latest podcast on the Compliance Podcast Network, AI Today in 5 with 5. Thrilled to announce the inaugural episode of my latest podcast series, AI Today in 5. I wanted to do a short, curated set of stories and news stories about AI for the compliance professional and the greater business professional. You can check it out on Megaphone, the Compliance Podcast Network, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Apple, or wherever great podcasts are listened to. Check out AI Today in 5. Today we look at CCO interactions with a board of directors by considering a CCO playbook to master communications with a board of directors. A recent Harvard Law School Forum on Corporate Governance article outlined 5 essentials for executives engaging with their boards. I've adapted this into 5 essentials for CCOs for mastering boardroom communication. Number 1, invest in the relationship, building trust before the crisis. For CCOs, credibility with the board is currency. Relationships cannot be developed during a crisis. They must be established long before one arrives. Intentional relationship buildings with directors pays dividends. 2, know your audience, translating compliance into board priorities. Directors are a distinct audience. They are seasoned leaders with broad but varied experiences. You need to tailor your message to their backgrounds and perspectives. This means translating compliance risks into business-relevant language. When discussing data privacy, avoid technical jargon. Connect privacy risks to reputational harm, customer trust, and market access. 3, preparing what you will share, making compliance digestible. A board's time is scarce. Directors want strategy, not operations. That makes pre-read and presentation materials critical for a CCO. Your pre-read should strike a balance, concise enough to be digestible, but substantive enough to have demonstrated rigor. A best practice is to prepare a 1 or 2 page executive summary of the key risks. 4, manage the meeting, maximizing scarce minutes. Most CCOs are allocated just 15 to 20 minutes on a crowded board agenda. That means every minute counts. Enter with a game plan, 2 or 3 key messages, deliver crisply, speak for no more than half the time, reserve the rest for questions. Board's questions are where trust is built and oversight demonstrated. And number 5, continue the conversation. Compliance is a constant dialogue. Boardroom communication does not end when the gavel ending the meeting falls. You should reach out to members to cultivate ongoing engagement. Make this a critical mission. Complex topics like sanctions, cybersecurity, or ESG reporting cannot be fully unpacked in a single board session. Using committee meetings or off-cycle workshops for deeper dives. For example, a compliance officer might host a session with the audit committee on DOJ expectations for a root cause analysis, tying it to the company's investigative protocols. The key is that not to dazzle with slides or bury directors in data. It's about truth, translation, and trust. And so that forms today's 3 key takeaways. Number 1, trust, because relationships established before the crisis determine how your message is received in a storm. 2, translation, because directors need compliance framed in terms of strategy, value, and risk, not technical minutia. And 3, truth. Your role is to surface uncomfortable realities going forward. I hope you'll join us tomorrow where we consider the CCO's role in preparing a board for the next crisis. Thanks so much for listening. Things that I'm happy to do for you, the compliance profession, is if you have a question or a series of questions you would like some compliance tips on, I'm happy to take any requests that you might want, certainly anonymize them, and give you a quick tip, either one quick tip or maybe a week's worth of quick tips. So if you have any tips you want about your compliance program, you can shoot me an email at tfox@tfoxlaw.com. This podcast was created and produced